How's that look?
Okay, so as everybody's getting on, we're gonna do the muffins first. Hey, Kim. And so we need to heat our oven and then get your muffin ingredients. And then once we get the muffins going, then we're gonna start adding in the meat dishes and getting involved in the veggies and the fruits and things like that. So muffins first,
I got this.
oven on. And if your chicken is not cooked, throw that chicken in the oven because you're gonna need it cooked for the macaroni and cheese dish.
Is it frozen or is it in there?
No, we'll get it going. All right, any questions so far? And I'm gonna mute everybody. So feel free to unmute yourself at any point, ask questions, come in, we'll chat.
Is that better?
Now I have to figure out how to mute everybody.
In the chat function. For participants. One of the
Oh,
other.
and participants. Oh, good, thank you. Mute all, awesome. Okay, so as you're coming on, we're getting our muffin stuff ready. Get your oven started, 350. I don't know how many people printed out their recipes too. And we'll have a little survey at the end, see how people felt about getting the recipes ahead of time. I'm curious.
Are you going to share the recipes on screen too?
I sure can. Do you want me to do that now?
Yes, please.
Oh, muffin one up. Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, my muffin recipe is not, the link isn't working.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's going to come up here in just a second as soon as I can find it here. Okay, so here is the breakfast muffin recipe. And for anybody jumping on, again, if your chicken is not cooked yet, throw that in the oven too right now so that gets cooked, or saute it, or however you want to cook it before we get to the macaroni and cheese recipe. Don't forget to spray your muffin tin, or if you're using liners.
Hey, Dan, I have a question.
Yeah.
You know, these little silicone muffin things, do they also work if I put them inside a muffin tin, or does that change like the baking?
No, it should work just fine. The heat should go through just fine.
Okay, thanks.
And I don't know, this is one of my favorite things to have is this coconut spray. And I'm sure there's all kinds of brands. I get this one at Trader Joe's, but super easy to just spray it in and be done. The Pam scares me a little bit. So this, this has a little less ingredients.
Kim, I'm using those same muffin tins and it does not affect the cooking time at all. It should be fine. Those muffin tins.
Awesome, thank you.
I just wanted to check because I used them for the,
cups.
Yeah, and one time I did and they came out great, and the other time they didn't seem to cook right. So I just wondered if I wasn't supposed to do it, but I think it was maybe, I don't know what happened the last time.
Well, it could be, maybe, did you have some veggies that had some more water, expelled more water? Because then it just feels like they're never done, even though they're done.
Ah, that might be it.
Yeah. Okay, wet bowl, dry bowl. Feel free to start mashing up your bananas. And I'm actually going to add chocolate chips to mine because I don't usually eat a lot of baked goods with the eggs in it. So I'm making these for my kids. So I'm gonna add some chocolate chips at the end of the batter.
we will be doing the same thing.
Perfect. I'm all for chocolate.
We weren't before you were said that, but we will now.
And honestly, I bet they'd be really good with some nuts in them if, if you aren't using your blues up all the time, if you're following UPF, these would be really good with like walnuts in them too. What were you gonna say, Kim?
Oh, I think I'm gonna use rotisserie chicken for my mac and cheese.
Perfect, that'll be delicious because it'll stay moist too.
I don't seem to, I get nervous making chicken. Baking
Because it dries out or just?
Yeah, well, because I seem to go like too far and I dry it out, or I'm always afraid I don't cook it long enough. So like 20 minutes doesn't seem like enough, and then I don't know. So I just looked at my chicken breasts and they're really thick and big, and I was like, I think I'll just add that rotisserie chicken in instead.
Yeah, and you know what? I stuck mine on the grill yesterday, and I cut the breasts in half long ways so that they're thinner, so I can kind of determine a little bit better, how done they are and like that they'll get done.
That's a great idea. I might do that.
And anything like stuffed chicken always makes me nervous, right? Because the stuffing in there never seems to get quite hot enough, and then I don't know. So I don't usually do that kind of stuff, but I think I picked the smallest bowl possible to mash my bananas in, and it's not going very well. Okay, and I don't know if we've had anybody jump on since, but so we're starting with the muffins first. So make sure your oven's preheated and get your muffin tin, whatever you call it, sprayed, ready to go for the muffins, or if you're using liners. And then we're just getting started mashing the bananas, getting the wet ingredients in one bowl, dry ingredients in another bowl. And feel free to pop in anytime with any questions. Hi, Jen. Hi, everyone. And if you weren't already on, I mentioned I'm throwing chocolate chips in my muffins because my kids are going to eat them, and they'll do that.
I was gonna say,
Are chocolate chips clean week friendly, Kim?
all right, can someone please explain to me the difference between unrefined and refined coconut oil? I swear to God, the coconut oil section in like 2 feet looked like the damn cereal aisle.
Yeah.
I took a shot in the dark and bought this and hope that's okay.
I don't really know. My guess is that it would have less pulp, maybe. I don't know, but let's see what I have. I've got the giant Costco vat, so.
There you go. No, because they were both like solids. They were both in the same packaging. One just said refined and one said unrefined. So
Interesting. Yeah, this one is cold pressed and unrefined. Maybe if it's refined, it means it goes through a process that uses chemicals to make it into oil. I'll have to look that up. I'll look it up and answer in our group.
Oh, well, either way, I figured I was very confused, so figured I would ask.
I just Googled it. I'm trying to sound cool, but I totally Googled it. It's really just the, what does it say? Well, refined and unrefined coconut oil have essentially identical nutrient profiles. They're otherwise remarkably different. Refined coconut oil has a milder scent and flavor, but a higher smoke point, while unrefined coconut oil is minimally processed with a strong coconut flavor and lower smoke point.
Okay, well, good. So if you don't like the coconut flavor in your coconut oil, then I guess get the refined.
Yeah. No, I generally use grapeseed oil for high temperature cooking.
Yeah, that's a good one. And just a FYI, if you're planning on making the chickpea brownies later, so I'm going to melt my coconut oil just in the microwave 10 seconds, 20 seconds. Keep this bowl because we are gonna melt up more coconut oil and chocolate chips for the chickpea brownie dip.
I already screwed up.
What happened, Joy?
I put 2 tablespoons of baking soda instead of 2 tablespoons of baking powder.
Is it already mixed in?
No, it's just laying on top. I'm trying to pick
Perfect.
it
Yeah,
out.
just skim a little off the top. We'll make it work.
What happens when you don't do this all the time?
Right?
Salt, teaspoon. Half a teaspoon.
So I don't know how much everybody uses whole wheat flour, but something I started doing, I don't know, maybe a decade ago, is like I'll do like say a normal chocolate chip cookie recipe, like the Nestle Toll House recipe, and I'll do half whole wheat flour and then half white flour. And I usually use about the same ratio as I normally would use. That whole wheat's going to give it more fiber, a little bit more protein. And it's going to make it a little nuttier tasting. So I actually, like my kids kind of are just used to that flavor, but they're just getting a little bit more nutrients in something that, you know, you might be making anyway. So, you know, I definitely try it. Like going the entire recipe in whole wheat is a totally different animal than just part of it. But you can definitely, you know, try half, see how it works in your recipes. I've used it in different like pizza doughs and different things like that. So you're just getting just a little more fiber, a little more nutrients.
But this is the first time that Steve and I have been forced to meal prep. Not forced, but you know, we've actively decided to meal prep. So thank you very much for having this.
Welcome. It's good to see you both.
I'm very excited. Are you, Deanna, are you gonna do the turkey meatballs next?
Yeah, so we'll do muffins and then we'll get the meatballs in the slow cooker and then we'll do the mac and cheese and then we'll go to the bonus recipe of the chickpea brownie because people can drop off after the mac and cheese if they don't want to do the brownie.
I was gonna say, because we might have to drop off before the mac and cheese, but I just, you know, we're still making it, but we might have to drop off early, so.
No worries.
Quick question. I'm looking at the recipe for the turkey meatballs. I mean, there's two of us here, so we're kind of cranking on two recipes at the same time. Sorry.
Nope.
But it's so pressure cooker versus slow cooker. So can we use a crock pot or does it have to be an Instapot?
So I'm going to use a slow cooker.
Okay.
So there's recipes for both slow cooker and 4 Instant Pot. So the first recipe is just slow cooker. And it says you can go on low for 5 to 6, but if you need that to be faster, you can go high for probably 3-ish hours.
Oh, I'm an idiot. Yeah, it helps if I read the directions. My bad.
All right.
You know, I had a science teacher who gave us one of those tests the first day of class where like it was a bunch of different instructions, right? And it was like spin around 3 times, jump up and shout your name and all these other things, right? And you got to the last one and it said, sign your name and bring back to the teacher. And you have to do all this crazy, embarrassing stuff, right? So and she was teaching us to read through everything before you started.
Right.
Unfortunately, I was one of those idiots who jumped around, spun 3 times, and shouted my name to the heavens. Clearly, I didn't learn anything.
You should just tell them you're more enthusiastic and you wanted to do those things.
Yeah, well, awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I remember that same thing, Steve.
You do
I,
that for your
I
students?
failed the same test.
Thanks, Kim. Apparently, according to my wife, the coconut oil does not stay melted.
Oh, yeah. Well, when it hits a cold egg, it will definitely solidify a little bit. Maybe get it. You just kind of whip it harder, maybe, or if it's already in, or you can heat it a little more before you put it in.
I don't know how close anybody is to like the Montrose Crossing area of Deerfield, but they just got a whole shipment of fresh honeydew in, and they taste pretty awesome.
Yum. Jess, have you played the fold in the cheese video for your Schitt's Creek group yet?
Not completely. I've done a couple of GIFs or GIFs, whatever the hell you call those things, but Yeah, we had meal prep and then I was telling them about this group too. So I was like, just fold in the cheese.
I was just thinking,
And of course
as I'm like mixing in this
Yeah.
coconut oil and we were talking about hardening up, I'm like, just fold it in, just fold in the cheese.
Just fold it in.
It's gonna be
But I
fun.
don't know how to fold it in.
Well, I had that problem with the kid at school. I wanted him to tape something down and I couldn't think of any other words. I was like, just tape it down, just tape it down. He was like, I need help, I need help, I need help. And I was like, no, just take the tape and
Just
tape
tape it. Just tape it.
I couldn't think of another way to say it.
Okay. Okay, I think I've got all my ingredients. Let's see here. Oh, let's whisk this. Yeah, remember, you're just gonna fold in the bananas. Fold them in.
How thick is this supposed to be?
Well, it's looking pretty thick on mine.
Okay, like doughy, like thick?
It's gonna be okay. I'm gonna switch out of this whisk because it's really doing me no good right now. And go get a spatula and I'm gonna fold in the bananas.
Mine's more like doughy than it is.
Yeah, and that some muffins are like that.
Okay.
So in this one is 1 serving per muffin. So that'll be, I think it's 1 yellow. Need to look at the bottom of my notes here. Oh, that part didn't print. Well, it's on the link on there, but I think it's 1 yellow.
We have made our first married clean week decision. No chocolate chips in the muffins.
Okay, whoa. You're getting really serious about Clean Week. I like it.
She gave me this, Nancy gave me this look like, oh, I don't want these in here. And I'm like, then fine, then put them away.
I said the first ingredient is sugar.
Look at that. See, Nancy knows. She's been attending the nutrition calls. She's like, we know that the ingredient list tells us the truth.
Oh no. Oh no, I about 5 years ago I went through a lot of really intense nutrition coaching and physical coaching and whatnot. And so ingredient labels are my worst enemy and best friend. But it's we don't have any organic chocolate chips. They're the standard Nestle bullshit. So
We've got Nestle. It's okay.
well, it's extra bad because I work. It's extra bad because I work for a brewing company.
Yeah.
So beer is life, and it is literally the source of my paychecks. So yeah, gotta make cuts where I can.
Exactly. So I already had this little 4th cup dirty, and it seemed like it was going to be about the right muffin scoop, and I think it's going to work out to be perfect. So just FYI, if you're scooping your muffins in, this 4th cup seems to be pretty good.
Steve, I saw you guys have a chocolate and beer pairing coming up.
Oh, that'd be delicious.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, we
do a chocolate and beer fest, and it was so fun.
It's yeah,
This
and
weekend.
it's this upcoming weekend. We're using our 4 anniversary beers, including 2 beers of a style called a smoothie sour.
Oh, yeah, and that would be my favorite.
So it is legally beer, but as a beer purist, it is ethically questionable because it is 51% malt derived or malt sugar derived alcohol beer, and 49% fruit puree, organic fruit puree.
Right.
But it's aseptic, so that we don't have to worry about extra microbe and contaminants coming in from fruit skin. But yeah, they drink like breakfast. In fact, if Shakeology did a multi-berry variant and you used water instead of milk, that's what it would taste like.
Oh man, that sounds good.
They are, but they're dangerous.
Yeah. Well, last time we talked about how many calories they had too because of the purees in them.
Oh, I mean, I put them in when I put everything in Untapped, which is sort of our beer social media app.
Yep.
It told me the calories of a pint of those. I won't repeat them live. But yeah.
I don't know if you've already done it, but my favorite beer fest that we ever went to was donuts, coffee, and beer. So all the beers had coffee in them.
Nice.
And then they had the coffee vendors with it and the donut vendors, and it was amazing.
No.
Are you guys watching Top Chef?
Yeah, I did start watching it. Yeah.
So last week, wasn't it coffee and beer? It was coffee and beer were their ingredients.
Oh, I missed that one then because I must have just seen the first one.
Funny, there was an Iron Chef where their primary ingredient was beer, and they actually had good stuff. Like I went back and watched it after spending 3 years in the industry, and they'd imported stuff from Belgium and Germany. Like it wasn't just your average InBev beer.
Nice.
Yeah, it was cool. They had some serious we only produce 2,000 cases of this a year kind of beer.
Oh yeah.
Which was pretty cool.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to put my muffins in. This is about roughly what I've got here for how much is in each tin. I must have big bananas. I don't know.
I'm working on it. I'm almost there.
And don't forget, if you're putting your muffins in, don't forget to set your timer. I am notorious for missing the time. So I'm going to set mine for 20 minutes and just check them then. So if you are finished up with your muffins, go ahead and do a little cleanup and you can start getting out any fruits and veggies that you want to chop up. We're going to get all that kind of stuff chopped ahead of having the meat out, so we don't have any cross contamination with things. So any fruits and veggies you want to chop, we're going to chop up the onions, parsley. Oh, I'm going to run outside and get some parsley. And the broccoli from the next one. So yeah, but feel free to keep going on those muffins and just yell when you're done. Otherwise, we're on cleanup and getting more ingredients.
Does anybody else subscribe to Masterclass?
No, but I hear so many good things about it.
From
Gosh, it's amazing.
From a food perspective, it's awesome.
Yeah.
Gordon Ramsay has 2 classes. Thomas Keller has 3. Wolfgang Puck's got one. Masamoto Bottura has one. And it's incredible because they're all shot and they all read differently because of the eccentricities of whoever is behind the camera. And there isn't really one for, I guess, healthy eating, quote unquote, but these guys are all using farmers market natural ingredients. It's about as clean eating as you could probably get.
Right.
When you have millions upon millions of dollars to source your ingredients the way that you want to.
Right.
But it's, we're all meal prepping. We're all kind of at least a little bit keen in the kitchen.
Yeah.
It's worth it just to get at the food and watch the chef stuff and all the workbooks and stuff, so you can download recipes and watch technique. And that's how I pulled off my first beef Wellington.
Yeah. Nice.
Ramsay
Yeah. The resources we have now for cooking is so awesome. Because there's so many dishes that I would have never thought about even attempting that now are, no big deal.
Well, if you're a fish fan, there's a new she's like a world renowned Japanese sushi chef. And she does like all this fresh sashimi and all this other stuff in terms of preparing with fresh fish. Ramsay and Keller do stuff where they're like where you can, they teach you how to break down a whole fish,
Wow.
which is super cool.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd have the stones to do that. I broke down my first chicken.
Right. Yeah. That's a skill in itself.
It's awesome. It's so, once you get past, the fact that you are butchering a chicken, there is a pretty good sense of accomplishment when, you pay $12 and you get, 4 meals out of, something, rather than paying $12 just for 2 chicken breasts.
Right. Right.
So figured I'd throw that out there.
Yeah. I love it. Thanks. All right. How's everybody doing? Looks like everybody's still busily moving. Hi, Beverly. I didn't see you jump on.
Hey, I completely had the wrong time.
Oh, shoot.
I had 1:30 in my head. So,
well, originally we were at 1:30, and then some messages went out with 11, so I switched it back, or 11 or 1 your time.
Oh, yeah, I didn't know that.
Sorry.
That's okay. But so, what did you guys start with?
We did the banana muffins first. So we we're getting that out of the way. Everybody's still mixing and getting their muffins made and in the oven.
Okay, perfect. All right.
And then we're going to move to the turkey meatballs and then the mac and cheese.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and just a heads up, I mentioned earlier, I don't do eggs. Like, I'm not going to die if I have one, but I just kind of avoid them because I don't feel well after having them. But so in this turkey recipe, there's egg and panko, and I swap out, this is roughly 2 cups of rice cauliflower because I'm doubling the recipe. So 1 cup of rice cauliflower per turkey container. So that's what I put in it instead of the breadcrumbs and egg to bind it. The turkey usually binds pretty well in general. It doesn't have, I don't know, it's a little different than hamburger or, where it just doesn't, it can separate easy. Turkey seems to bind pretty well even without things. So I just throw either a shredded zucchini that's been squeezed, or I throw in cauliflower rice with that turkey. So if you want to make these again at some point, or just change up any of your recipes that call for panko and egg, if you don't want to have any panko in there, then you can just use a vegetable instead.
Deanna, how much did you say you do of the cauliflower rice?
So I did roughly a cup to 1 package of turkey. And you could play with that. Half a cup would be probably the minimum I'd do. If you're doing zucchini and shredded, I do like a whole medium zucchini shredded and then squeezed.
Deanna, you use a lot of riced cauliflower, right?
I do all the time. It's my best.
So what do you usually, do you get it frozen? Do you do it yourself? What's your thing?
So Costco has these packs and there's 4 bags inside.
Okay.
One. So they're about this much and I just slit the top. I don't steam anything, like I hate steamed vegetables and cauliflower. So I just leave this bag in my freezer and like my shake today had it in. I had a cup of rice cauliflower with a banana and the vanilla Shakeology.
Okay.
And then I saute it most of the time. And if I have other veggies I want to use up, then this is kind of the filler to make it go farther. Like, you know, if you have like a part of a red pepper or something,
Okay.
you know, just a little bit of broccoli left, then you can throw it with this.
And is that straight up cauliflower?
Straight cauliflower.
Wow.
Yep. The ingredients are organic cauliflower.
I need to go to Costco. I don't
have them. I mean, they have rice cauliflower now at all the grocery stores. Just make sure you check the ingredients because some of them add like salt or they add cheese or whatever, right?
Yep.
It's pretty standard now that you can find it just about everywhere.
Okay, good. I'm gonna try it.
And like this whole thing, there's 4 packages. I think it's like $7.39 or something like that. It's really not bad. Like I was figuring that because I was ricing my own cauliflower in the food processor. And when it's fresh like that, you know, you pretty much need to use it right away. I mean, I suppose you could freeze it yourself. But price-wise, it was pretty expensive still. So this ended up being cheaper than that by the time you core it and you take the leaves off. And if they leave, you know, a giant stem, paying per pound.
A whole head of cauliflower sometimes is like $4 where I live sometimes.
Exactly. Yeah. And this, because it's frozen, will have been cauliflower that's picked closer to ripeness than the cauliflower you're getting in the store.
Yep. All right, good.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Yeah. So, and I just thawed out my cauliflower rice before I'm gonna put it with the turkey. But I'm waiting on doing the turkey stuff together till you guys tell me you're with me on turkey. Is everybody still on muffins or? You can give me a shout out.
I was moving on to cutting vegetables, but I wasn't sure.
No, that's perfect. Yep, that's perfect.
How much broccoli? 6
So
cups?
it calls for 6 cups of chopped broccoli.
That's a lot.
And you can chop it how you see fit. I'm gonna leave mine fairly big. And I'm not gonna steam it because of what I just said earlier. I don't like steamed, I don't know, there's something about steamed vegetables that gross me out. So I'm gonna just probably throw mine in a pan and saute them quick. Because I also like mine still to be a little crunchy.
Me too. I think I'll do that as well.
Yeah. So 6 cups is what you would need of the broccoli. And then you're also gonna need 1 onion chopped up because that's going to be part of our marinara sauce. You're going to need some parsley chopped up if you have it. If not, don't worry about it. I also may put a little green onion in my meatballs. I like scallions in there. And if you have fruit you want to cut up for the week, this is the perfect time to do it before we start adding any meat in, and we can just use the same cutting board. So go ahead and any meat or any kind of, because if you have fruit for the chickpea brownie dip, that's going to be really good with some strawberries or some apples. So feel free to prep any of those fruits and veggies.
I'm going to hit my broccoli on the grill and just,
okay, perfect.
Some good, blackened grilled vegetables.
Yes, I love roasted too. I was going to throw them in there, but since the muffins are in there, I'm just going to do it in a pan.
I mean, a little olive oil, a little sea salt and grilled veggies are just incredible.
Yeah, they really are. And you can do them in steak, you know, like steaks too.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so is anyone still on muffins? Yell out if you're still on muffins and you need the recipe up. Because if not, I am gonna throw the turkey recipe up here. That's
That
right.
would explain why I couldn't get it off my screen. I didn't realize you put it up.
You're like, why isn't this recipe moving?
Yeah, I got my phone and I'm like, okay, I'll start here.
That's so funny. Okay, so remember first, we're gonna get those onions, broccoli, all that stuff chopped.
So the egg for the meatballs. I don't generally put egg in meatballs. How lightly beaten are we talking about?
I just think so that it's, you know, yellow and not, you're seeing whites and yolks. Doesn't have to be fluffy or pale, just together.
Fun.
Six.
So, and don't worry about necessarily cooking your broccoli if you're staying on with us, because we'll have a little time to do that while we're cooking our pasta too. So you're just chopping right now, chopping the onion.
I can't, I'm sorry, I'm not seeing onion. Oh, there's the onion. Where's the broccoli?
So it's on the next recipe. We're just getting it in.
Oh, okay.
That way, because once we introduce meat, you know, around, then we may not.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like I'm my brain, I couldn't find onion.
Yeah, totally. And so, and then, yeah, that's the perfect point too. So if you have other fruits and veggies you want to cut up for the week, this is a great time to do it. Because we're,
you know, if I cut up apples, do you know a good way to keep them stored?
lemon will help them not turn brown. And then I'd say baggies.
Okay.
And maybe you could even take a little of the air out. But lemon, you want to kind of get them in some lemon and then they will not brown. You can also do a thing where you do like if you have a apple core at the same time, where it cuts it all at one time, you can put a rubber band around that whole thing, like the kind you get when you get like broccoli, and it'll hold the apple together and then no air will get to those pieces. So it stops from getting brown in there too. But it's sliced. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you're welcome. So again, and you can go with the 6 cups of broccoli that you're prepping. I'm just going, kind of bite-sized pieces, but you can make them smaller so that it's more integrated. You can make them big, however you want to do it.
I want to make it so I taste them the least.
There you go. I don't know, maybe the big pieces then. So you don't feel like a rabbit?
I have a strange question. So I thought I had broccoli, but I had cut it up. And so I have this bag of broccoli and cauliflower, but that's not going to work, is it? Because it's not even.
No, that'll be fine. You'll just have cauliflower flavor with your broccoli flavor. You know what I mean? So as long as you're good with cauliflower, that'll be totally fine.
I won't know the difference.
Yeah, no, that'll be just fine.
So just chop this up, basically.
Yeah, so whatever size you want. Like I'm doing kind of a bite size.
Okay.
Whatever size you want. Because you can either steam it or saute it or throw it in the oven to roast it to get it cooked up.
Okay.
So with our pasta.
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh.
Okay, there's my muffins. Let's see how they are. Ooh, they're pretty. Okay, we got a little wiggle room in the center, so I'm gonna go another 2 minutes. All right, so if your broccoli is prepped and ready and you're done with your onions, veggie, then you can start into mixing your turkey meatballs. And you're just gonna brown them real quick in a frying pan, and then we'll load them into the crock pot. So the way the recipe is written out is you're gonna brown those meatballs quick, put those in the slow cooker. You'll then cook the onions for a little bit, throw in the tomato sauce and the oregano. And if if you like a little garlic in there, right? You can kind of make it your own at this point, or if you like a little spice to it, you can put some crushed red peppers. And then we'll load that sauce on top of the meatballs into the slow cooker, and we'll get that one going. And I mentioned earlier, if this mentions 5 to 6 hours on low, if you need to speed that up because you're in a different time zone and you want it for dinner tonight, then feel free to put that on high, and you're probably gonna be around 3 hours for that.
You know what it is for A pressure cooker? What did you
Well,
just say?
Yep, it says it on the notes here. Let me just scroll down. Do you want to take a shot of it?
Oh, you know what? I probably have it. I think I have that one. Yeah, I have that one. Never mind. So are we supposed to be cooking our broccoli and our noodles right now too?
You don't
or
have
not?
to yet. Nope,
Not
yet.
yet.
We
Okay.
don't have to do that yet. I just wanted to get them cut so they're out of the way when we start with
Okay.
turkey.
Okay, turkey it is.
All right, and if anybody has, your muffins should be getting close. So don't forget to take those out. Here's how they turned out. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, mine look delish.
The real test will be if the kids eat it.
Is that what you did for all those people?
So what's everybody gonna do with their meatballs?
That's the perfect question. I was actually just going to ask everyone. I bought a zucchini, so I may put mine on zoodles.
That's what I'm doing, zoodles.
Yeah, we have butternut squash noodles.
Yum. Those are so good.
And then we
I'm
have
gonna
those,
do what?
we have those weird, what are they, like the sweet potato noodles, but they're not, like, I can't remember what they're called. That's not what they're called, but they're made from sweet potatoes apparently.
That sounds interesting.
We could call them spoodles.
That sounds really interesting. I am gonna do spaghetti squash over spaghetti squash.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yeah.
And you can do, like, you're going to have some whole wheat pasta left too from your mac and cheese. So you could do the whole wheat pasta. And I think I mentioned it before, but I'm doubling up this recipe because we're some meatball eating fools around here, and one package is never enough for my children. So.
I'll be taking out my family with turkey for the first time in like 20 years. So we'll see if they fall for it.
Oh, yeah. And you could do half and half. Like, what do they like? Hamburger?
Yeah.
So you could do half and half too, as you ease them into it.
That's a good idea.
And there's a lot of, like, I like ground pork a lot too in recipes. It does have a little bit higher fat content, but it's just really good.
You can always fake them out and do half turkey, like half chorizo, or half like spicy sausage and get a little heat in there. They won't know the difference.
Heat is good. I think I will add some heat.
There you go. I'm excited. I got a meatballer on Amazon. We're going to see how it goes. We'll see what happens, if it's gonna be worth it or not.
That just like takes all the fun out of it.
Well, no, but I really like everything to be uniform, so I want to try it.
Anna, do we need the oven for anything else?
Nope, you can turn that off. Unless you're planning on putting your broccoli in there, but yeah. So this cauliflower idea too, I think I shared on one of our nutrition calls that when I make taco meat, I put cauliflower in it while the meat's cooking and then add in the spices after so that the cauliflower colors in the same way that the meat does. And then my kids don't know the difference.
They're making me hungry, Deanna.
I know.
And while I'm having to modify everything because I'm in my RV, I'm still making it work.
You're doing great, Lily. Where are you guys at now? Are you still in Tucson?
Yeah, we're in Tucson for the rest of the week until next Sunday.
Nice.
Yes, it's 90 plus degrees here. So
Oh
using the oven is very hot.
You're really excited to bake stuff today.
Yeah. Yes, a little warm, but that's okay.
The onions don't go in the meatballs?
They don't. They're for the sauce.
Oh.
You're welcome to put some in if you like that. But nope, they're for the spaghetti sauce.
Okay.
Okay, well, so far my little meatballer is working pretty good. They're pretty big. I do have a smaller size too. You do have to oil it up before you start though, so the meat doesn't stick.
Show me your balls again, Deanna.
I love that. Here, let me get a fresh one. So I'm just kind of taking, like it has a hole so that the excess can come out. And then, whoop, it's gonna fall apart on me.
How nice.
So if you like your, like your meatballs uniform. We'll see how horrible it is to clean up though too. So you're just getting a nice, I have my pan pretty hot. So you're just getting you're just getting a little brown on there. We're not trying to cook it through, just getting a little brown on those meatballs.
Oh my God, the muffins look so good.
Yeah, I know. I think I might actually try one, even if it's got an egg in it. I think I might have to, make sure quality control. That
Me
it's good.
too. I don't think I can stand it.
That's what I said.
So, and after your meatballs are brown, we're just going to use the same pan to cook the onions. So you're still going to get that caramelized flavor from the turkey.
I think I made mine a little too big. Oh, mine are coming out as good as I want them to.
So I do like, 2 to 3 sides. It's all about the flavor. That caramelization look is gonna, disappear once the sauce hits it and stuff anyway. So you want to have your onion ready and chopped, get your crushed tomatoes, have some oregano. If you like to add it, you can add in a little garlic when you're sauteing the onion. You could do crushed red pepper if you want a little spice. And you can add a little dried basil, fresh parsley, whatever sounds good, whatever you like in your sauce. And you can turn your slow cooker on now too, either medium or I'm sorry, high or low, depending on how much time you want to take.
I broke into those muffins. They're pretty good.
Are they? I think I'm gonna need to break into one too.
Deanna, have you ever tried separating the eggs to see if like you are more sensitive to maybe the yolks versus the
I
whites
haven't,
or
but I'm
vice versa?
curious. Yeah, I haven't.
Most people, I think, are more reactive to the yolk.
Yeah,
So it would be worth a
I know.
try.
I'd like to try it just to see. It's funny because I would get really nauseous and foggy. I'd have a lot of brain fog
Yeah.
after I ate eggs. But like
Yeah.
I was eating like probably 4 eggs a day even some days. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like I was seriously on eggs. So I wonder now like what it would be like.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and you can easily just remove the yolks and just do 3 egg whites for,
Right.
you know, like, so it's
Yeah.
worth a shot.
I would like to try it. I gotta get brave enough to do it. Okay, so I'm gonna load my meatballs into my slow cooker. Keep all those delicious bits in the pan because that's gonna caramelize with the onions. Okay, and then throw your onions right into that same pan. One of these days I should get a camera where it's angled so you can see my see my pans.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. Hi guys.
Hi.
How are ya?
How are you?
Good. Where are we?
I'm trying to find you on the thing. Oh, there you are. You're George today.
I'm George today. He was logged in, so oh well. So we're making the turkey meatballs?
We are, yep.
Perfect, because that's kind of what I started. And I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna jump on and see what everybody's doing.
We made the muffins already, and so
Okay.
now we're getting our meatballs into the slow cooker.
Awesome. Cool. Did you guys cook them in a pan first? Is that what we do here?
Yeah, so we browned them in a pan, and then I just loaded them into the slow cooker, and now I'm cooking the onions in a pan. And then once the onions are caramelized a little, we'll throw the tomato sauce in there with the oregano, and then we'll load it all on top of the turkey meatballs and let them cook.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm just a little behind you guys, so cool.
Yeah.
I gotta catch up.
And if you want it to go faster, you can kick your slow cooker to high, or there's also an instant pot.
Okay. Sounds good. Awesome.
Okay, I'm doing it. I'm trying the muffin. It is pretty good. All right, my onions are ready, so I'm gonna throw in my sauce. Now you can just put your sauce directly into the crock pot, but I'm gonna put it in with my onions just to get everything mixed up and not have to mess with my meatballs in there. Throw my oregano in. You should try those muffins. I've got a taste tester now, so bananas and chocolate chips. Yeah, I didn't use your bananas.
Yeah, actually, it was yesterday because they went on the fridge.
I know you had to put them down there.
I always hate them, but I picked one up and I was
They're good.
like,
Yeah. With no nuts, so. All right, and then I'm just going to transfer the sauce into the crock pot. And voila, dinner will be ready in 5 to 6 hours. All right, let me know if your meatballs are all loaded up. And if we're ready to roll to the next recipe.
I'm ready.
Okay. Anybody else still need this recipe? Yell out. All right, so let's see here. Let me find it. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna need to cook some pasta, cook your broccoli, chop up your chicken if it's not already chopped up. And then we'll get all that going. And then we'll make the bechamel after we put that pasta in, so we're close. I just wanted to share really quick. This has got to be like my new favorite kitchen tool. So it's just a soap dispenser and you charge it And so like I turned it off right now, otherwise it'd probably be squirting out, but it's actually really like the sensor's really good. And you just stick the sponge out and it squirts it out. And I get to put whatever soap I want in it. And so just FYI, Amazon.
So wait, what was that again? Is that for hand soap or dish soap?
You could do it for either, whatever you want. I
I've
do
been
it for dish
looking
soap.
for one of those.
Yeah, I do it for dish soap because then we just stick our sponge under it, or like the bottle brushes for all the Shakeology cups we have.
Yeah.
And you just stick it under there. It shoots out like it has 2 different amounts. You can set it, and then I just charge it like I charge anything. Like you just plug it in and you're good to go.
That's awesome.
And I probably charge it like, I don't know, once every 2 months. It's not very often.
Cool.
So I'm gonna get my pasta water is getting ready. Don't forget to salt that. So it's okay. She says don't use salt, so don't use salt. But if you want it to have a little flavor, use salt because it's really good that way. And we're gonna cook the broccoli up. So either you're steaming, saute it, roast it, however you like your broccoli. And then once those things get going and we're ready to add our pasta, that's when we're gonna do the bechamel because it doesn't take very long. And you want a pretty good sized pot for once we get going on all of this together, because there's, I don't know, it has 8 servings at a 1.5 cups. So there's going to be quite a bit of volume here. So I'm going to use my Dutch oven and just whisk it. This is what I'll use when I'm making the cheese sauce. And then I'll add everything into this pot. Oh, and while we're waiting for everything to cook, you can chop up your chicken.
Teaspoon.
Wait a minute. Deanna, how can this be 8 servings if it only has 4 ounces of macaroni?
I know, that's because of all the broccoli. Because that broccoli isn't going to change a lot. And you have 6 cups of broccoli, 3 cups of chicken.
Okay. I don't know if I could just cook 4 ounces of macaroni. That just seems like a crime.
And I think I should look, it didn't print out. Let me look on this other page. But I think it's a half. Oh, it is a full yellow. So it's 1 green, half a red, full yellow, half a blue. Well, there you go, Kim. You still get a little more blue after you have this one.
That's true. I can put some extra cheese on the top.
There you go.
They did not have whole wheat pasta at the store I went to, so I got the red lentil pasta with fusilli instead, because I figured that was pretty good.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, any of those alternative pastas will work great for this. You just kind of go with what you like. Just something that's got a lot of fiber. Be perfect.
Yes, this one has a lot of fiber, 10 grams of fiber.
That's what I have too, girl.
I'm going with the penne rigate.
Yours has more fiber than mine though. I only have 5 grams, but it has, yeah, bummer.
Yeah, this one has 6.
But this one is 22 grams of protein though.
Nice. Good, yeah.
Yeah, this
That's
one has
good.
15.
15 grams of protein?
Yep.
Well, I beat you on protein, but you beat me on dietary fiber.
We'll have to compare them on the nutrition night on Thursday.
All right, and then if you need to grate your cheese, let's do that too while we're waiting for everything to kind of heat up.
Carla, I didn't know you were here. Hi, Carla.
Hi. Hi.
Hey, I didn't see you.
I'm in the dark.
Yeah, me too. Yay, I'm glad you're here.
Thanks so much for inviting me.
So I'm using an extra sharp, so you get a little more flavor, and that's why, right? Because we can use less cheese, but still get the cheese flavor then. All right, so I'm just throwing in my pasta. And then I'm going to start on the sauce.
Meatballs are pretty good. We shortcut it a little bit and baked them.
Nice.
But yeah, they're pretty good. A little heavy on the parsley,
Ah,
but pretty good nonetheless.
good. So this kind of bechamel sauce, cheese sauce, is in another one of Autumn's recipes, and it is so, so delicious. It's the loaded cauliflower. I don't know if they just called it loaded cauliflower or loaded cauliflower casserole, but basically you're making a cheese sauce just like this, and you're putting it over roasted cauliflower and with some turkey bacon, and green onions, and it is so delicious. Highly recommend if you like the cheese sauce type recipes.
So how did you measure 4 ounces of pasta?
Well, so the packages are 12 ounces. I had a box with 8 ounces left because I made another recipe with 8 ounces. So I just took half that box.
Oh, okay.
So I eyeballed it. And you could weigh it. Let's see how much.
Okay, so is anybody using the chickpea pasta?
I think I saw lentil and then some whole wheats.
Okay, so you think this will be okay making this?
Oh, it'll be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I didn't go shopping to buy stuff, so I'm kind of scrounging for what I have.
Yeah, no, that'll work great.
So it says 4 ounces, right?
Yep.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
So as soon as your cheese sauce is ready, then you can add your pasta and your broccoli in, the chicken. Gotta see if my pasta is ready here.
Not a whole lot of cheese sauce for all of this. It doesn't
You're
look.
exactly right, Joy. It gives you a
Okay.
little flavor without overloading like a typical mac and cheese.
Okay, I thought I measured something wrong.
No, it's not a huge amount. This penne pasta is taking a little while. I should have picked macaroni.
I had to get rotini because they didn't have whole wheat elbows where I was.
Oh yeah, ours were out too. Maybe there's a worldwide elbow shortage. All right, how's it coming together for everybody?
I haven't even got my pasta cooked yet.
Oh, okay, mine's almost done. I think we're close.
I got the sauce ready though. I just don't have the pasta.
Yeah, my pasta's taking a long time too.
Oh, I'm almost there. So what we'll do after this too, if you want to stay on for the chickpea brownie dip recipe, I'm going to put that recipe up. You can screenshot it after we're done with this piece, and you can stay on and do it, or screenshot it and do it later, or however you want to do it. But if you don't want to do the chickpea brownie, then you can log off when you're ready. But we do need to take a picture, of course, when we're getting close to the end here. So.
I don't think I've had so many cooking ingredients in my house at one time. Okay, do you have to refrigerate coconut oil after you open it?
No, you can just leave it
Okay.
at room temperature, and it will get liquidy in the summer. If your house is
Okay.
more than, I think it's 76 degrees is when it starts getting more liquid form.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna sample a little, see how it is.
I sampled the muffins. Those came out amazing.
Yeah, those are really good. The first time I made this recipe, I actually bought sweetened almond milk by accident, and I still made it. This is a lot better than the first time I made it.
That's all I have in my coffee is unsweetened almond milk. So I always have it at home.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
I use the sweetened ones too.
Did you? I'm actually using coconut milk for mine, so I wonder how it's going to taste.
That might get a little interesting.
Yeah, it's unsweetened though, but it's coconut, so we'll see.
So then here's my question. When we're all said and done and we separate it into the meal prep containers, do we just put it in the refrigerator or do we freeze it? Or is there anything special we do to get through the week?
Not really. It's totally what it's up to you. So
Okay.
like for me, I'm not going to put it in meal prep containers because we're going to eat some of this for dinner tonight.
That's probably going to be the same here too.
Yeah, and then I'll measure it like tomorrow for my lunch as I'm getting it out.
So now that it's all, it will be all like the mac and cheese. How do you measure it? Just by the cup?
Yeah, so on here it says 1 1/2 cups is a serving. And so that would be 1 green, 1/2 a red, 1 yellow, and 1/2 a blue. So that'll be on the other, this is the printed recipe, so it's not written on here, but it's on the link that we have in the group, and it'll say the container count.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. So yeah, if you want to containerize it so everything's just like ready to roll and you can take it with you to work, then you can totally do that right now too. I don't know that the mac and cheese will freeze well, but the turkey meatballs will definitely freeze well.
Want a banana muffin with chocolate chips? Want to try one? They're made from scratch. And then you sit out your mother, but yeah, you tell me how it tastes. Yeah, a little more moisture though, I think. Is it good?
All right. How's everybody doing? Are we ready for the last recipe, or are we on mac and cheese?
My noodles aren't done, but I'm ready for whatever.
Okay.
Everything else is mixed, so I'm just waiting for it to.
So yell out or unmute yourself if you still need this recipe up. Okay, so I'm going to move it to the chickpea brownie recipe. If I have to find it, there we go. So you can just screenshot this if you want to, if you're not making it today. This is part of the Nutrition Plus recipes. So that's the membership where you get new recipes every month and new videos about, different things. Like last week we talked about gut health. That was a video that was a part of Nutrition Plus. So this is going to be delicious with some fruit, strawberries, bananas, apples as your snack later in the week. It is a yellow and a half, I believe. Oh, a yellow and a half and a teaspoon for a quarter cup. But I have a feeling it's going to be worth it.
Is that good?
Should we, maybe I'll unshare and we'll take a picture real quick. And then if you are done and would like to head out of the call, you can. And if you want to stay on and make the dip, we can stay on and make the dip. Sound good? All right. If you're around the area, get your pretty face in the picture here. We ready? All right. Big smiles. Good job today, you guys. So good. Is there any questions I can answer? I do have one question for you if you want to unmute really quick. Did you like having the recipes ahead of time before we started the call, or does it matter?
Yes. It's easier
Help
with the
me.
recipes.
Okay.
Yeah, it helped me, and especially if I want to sub out some ingredients.
Okay, perfect. So that I will try to do that in the future so that we can, if you have it ahead of time, then you can work with it. Plus, I think it's helpful. I try to put on the shopping list like the amount, because if you're only using a quarter cup of something, you don't need to get the biggest container. And so it's helpful for shopping too, but it is nice to have those recipes. And does anybody have any questions about anything?
I'm just curious what everybody's favorite meal prep containers are, because I need some. Anybody have any that they love, that dishwasher safe?
What was the question?
Meal prep containers?
For meal prep.
Anything you love, or just the general Amazon ones are great?
Just the Amazon ones.
Oh,
That's what I
Michelle's
use.
showing her glass ones there.
Yeah.
I just use Purex with different sizes.
Okay.
I use Pyrex,
I got
but I
mine
don't.
on.
The bottoms can go in the, well, I guess both, but I've seen the rubber plastic lids warp.
Yeah.
So I never put those in the dishwasher, but the bottoms can definitely go in the dishwasher because they're glass. But that's my go-to is Pyrex. We switched.
I have the Amazon ones, but I don't really containerize very often. Like I just put it in a big vat and then pull it later.
Yeah, that's what I do when I'm wondering if it'd be easier if I meal prepped more, just on busy work days and stuff, so.
Right.
Costco has some good ones that have lids on them, that the Pyrex ones that come with the lids.
Yeah.
Those are good.
Okay.
Costco.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you.
Yeah, these are the Costco. We have the Costco. They're like Snap and something. They're like, and they have different color lids for whatever shape and size, so they're easier to link up. But we've had ours for 6, 7, 8 years, and they are great.
Yeah, and they're like 20
Worth
bucks.
the money.
Yeah.
Super cheap.
Yeah.
Definitely worth it. Yeah.
The glass ones, though, I chipped off a piece and ate it. So just be careful. Check your edges.
Yeah, I found that too lately on mine. It's like where you snap it, some of the edges have come off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Are you okay, Kim? I'm very concerned. My
Don't
son
eat glass.
his teeth one time while he was eating a sandwich. So the tooth fairy.
Oh,
had to
no.
come
That's funny.
later.
Yeah, it was fine. I just ate it. I didn't eat any more of my lunch. It's because I
Well,
was
good.
freaked out, but
That's funny.
All right, so then I'll go back to our recipe, and
Okay.
you can break out your food processor. And we can make some chickpea brownie dip. I've been wanting to make this one.
I did not catch the food processor part. Do you think I could use
Did I?
a ninja?
Yes.
You know, the
Yeah, like
turbo-
a bullet. I do. Yeah, you should be able to use that, in a Vitamixer would also work. Anything
Okay.
that's gonna really blend it.
I think I just paid attention to what I wanted to and left.
It happens.
Thank you.
So, and it talks about like basically creating a double boiler where you're creating a hot water bath and then putting a glass bowl. I always skip that. I just stick it in the microwave. It's not going to burn in the microwave, and it's super easy to melt chocolate that way and not have to deal with all the pots and pans and dealing with it. So, so if you still have your coconut oil bowl from the first recipe, you can just use that and start melting chocolate and coconut.
Okay. 2 cups of water.
what did I get applesauce for? Was that on the list?
I
Must have been my.
don't
Must
think
have been
so. I accidentally
Emily.
left it on.
That
No.
was for last time.
Okay.
All right, can we use something else besides coconut milk? Because I didn't get that.
You could do the almond milk, I'm sure.
Okay,
It's just so the coconut's going to bring a little coconut flavor to it along with the coconut oil. That'll help.
Okay.
It just kind of enhances the chocolate flavor.
I knew there was something I forgot when I was shopping.
But there's so little of it, it'll be fine.
Okay.
I totally made such a big mess today.
I have too.
Hey guys, I'm gonna go. Thank you so much. Thank you. This is
See
awesome.
you later, Kim.
Bye.
Bye, Kim.
Bye.
All right, I've got mine all blended up. I'm gonna see how it is. Ooh, I know.
Deanna, I'm gonna go too. Thank you for this. That was helpful.
Yeah, you're welcome. Oh my God, that's really good. It's like brownie batter. Joy, are you talking to us or are you just talking to yourself?
No, I'm talking to somebody else who's in the kitchen with me.
Got
Sorry.
Okay, so I'm a little behind, but I'm gonna tell you the chicken, broccoli, macaroni, and cheese is really yummy.
it. It is, isn't it? It's so
Yeah,
good.
Thankfully, I've been eating a little bit of chicken, so I actually was I mixed the chicken in there and it tastes really good.
Yeah,
I think George is gonna like this one.
perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really good. That's actually what I just finished making. And
Did-
my meatballs are done. I just need to take them all out.
Did you, no, you
Pressure
did
cooker.
the pot, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
I'll go
So
get
yeah, they're already ready.
But I just in a crock pot,
What?
my meatballs.
I didn't honestly think there was a difference.
Yeah.
All right, good. Who's trying their brownie dip yet?
I'm not making that, so. Kim already left, but I don't think that goes into our clean week thing this week, so.
I would say no because it's more of a refeed yellow.
I know,
Yeah.
so. Yeah, I'm just making these two because that way George has something while I'm gone this week to eat, so.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. And I'll say, Lily, I went to Costco today and got the quinoa salad that they have.
Mm-hmm.
So yummy. I came home and put a little avocado in there and mixed it up. It was so good. Well, I'm still eating it actually.
It is delicious. And I love cutting up extra cucumbers so you get a little bit more veggie in there as well. So, and I usually add cut up onion. So I do cut up onion, cut up cucumbers. Sometimes I add some more tomatoes to it. And then they also have their chicken that they have that's all shredded that's in a package. And that like right next to it. And so I usually take some of that and then cut that up and add it to the quinoa salad.
So that's the chicken I'm using for this macaroni and cheese.
That's what I did too. I use the same thing. So I use that for everything since one of my coaches turned me on to it. She's like, why are you buying the whole chicken? Just buy it all cut up for you. I was like, oh my gosh, why have I not seen this before? So
You know, I bought it years ago for something, I don't remember what. And then George went Monday and brought 2 packages of it home. And I'm like, cool, I'm going to just start using this to make stuff.
It is. It's so easy because it's ready to go. And you can eat it cold like it is, or you can put sauce on it and bake it, or you can, there's so much stuff you can do with it. It's nice.
Yeah. So, very yummy. So, all right, you guys, I'm going to jump off. You have a great afternoon.
All right. Does anyone else need? See you later, Sue.
Bye. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Does anyone else need this recipe? Otherwise, we can screen print and we can kind of wrap up for everybody. Or if there's any questions. Is everybody good?
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm making a mess. but
Callie,
I'm
are you making the chickpea brownie dip?
No, I'm finishing up my cheese sauce for my mac and cheese, broccoli, chicken.
Yum.
Yeah, that's the last thing. Yeah. This is definitely a first for me because I don't cook, so it looks good.
But the nice thing is it's so easy.
Yeah, my mom would be so proud of me right now. She'd be like, oh my God. you're cooking."
I love it.
You need to send her a picture.
You know what? I wish I could, but they don't do the iPhones or any kind of smartphone. The little flip phone.
You can actually, did you know you can order pictures on like Shutterfly and they'll send them to people?
Oh.
So you could actually order pictures and then send them wherever you want them sent.
Cool.
And they'll get the picture in the mail, in the orange envelope. Kind of fun.
Yeah, she was upset the other day because her old flip phone broke, and when I would call, my picture would pop up, and so now when I call, she's like, your picture's not there anymore. So, and she doesn't know how to do it, so I'm gonna have to send something to one of my siblings so they can get it on her phone. But yeah, she was very upset that she could not see my face when I call her. Yeah.
That sounds like my mom too.
Yeah, just nope.
Well, all right, you guys, if you have all you need, then I think we'll jump off here and you can finish up.
Thank you, Deanna, so much. This was always
Welcome.
fun and challenging in the RV, but fun.
Well, and I want to hear reviews from your food later on. So somebody share how your meals went with the.
Well, muffins are already a hit.
Okay, perfect. I know they're a hit here too.
Yeah.
I made a loaf of banana bread because I refused to buy a muffin tin and have another thing in my kitchen in my RV because the RV is not very big. So,
Yeah,
so
good
I made
idea.
banana bread. So, but it's delicious.
I think the brownie dip's amazing. Jack says I can keep it because he can taste the chickpeas. So I'm like, whatever.
Really?
So I guess it's all.
You could try, maybe the next time you could try cannellinis.
I do have those too. Yeah. He would, if he knows there's a bean in it, so it's automatically out. It doesn't really matter. Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah. That's why I hide stuff.
There you go.
All right, you guys. Well, hope you have a great Sunday. We'll see you later.
You too.
Hi, thank you.
Bye.
See you
Bye.
later.